Deb here, your spiritual cheerleader and mentor. Today we have a special guest, Monah, and she is no stranger to you guys.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hey, Deb.
Hey, Monah, how you doing?
I am well, thank you.
Monah is mentioned in my book. And so today we're talking women. And she is mentioned in my book because Monah has been my hairstylist since 2016, even though because of the pandemic, she has not really done anything to my hair, but we are friends. And
Yes.
she is here to share some tips with you ladies and free.
Right.
Free tips, okay? Why should someone go to a salon versus staying home? I know there are things that we can do at home.
Yes.
Shampoo, conditioning, maybe some of those things. But why should someone say, I really need to go to the salon and not do this in my home?
Yeah. Well, for a number of reasons. Couple will be we usually have professional products.
Okay.
Most of us cosmetologists should have and use professional products.
And these products are not sold like in Sally's or Walmart.
So the maintenance products, some of them you would find now in a Sally's or a Beauty for You, because they're maintenance products. Now, some places will try to get away with selling professional chemicals as well, hair color and relaxers. Some people might try to do that as well. However, where I get my products from, I normally go to beauty supply stores that only licensed professionals could get in. And also some of the distributors, they can't come to each salon and, and we purchase from them that way.
Okay.
I would say it's safe to say that I would love for people to actually come to the salon if they're doing a chemical of some kind. That will be a relaxer or a color, because what happens is a lot of people may go by box color and then they come to us to correct it, or they may put the relaxers in and then damage their hair, and then we have to correct that. Yeah. So those are the things I think people should actually come to the salon for. Now, during this season, during the COVID period, the pandemic, a lot of ladies have been forced
tell me about it. I know I've been one.
Right, to do their hair. And I actually suggest to some of my clients to take this time to go natural as well, especially when we get up in age. Some of us may have medications that we might have to take, and at least not having those chemicals like with the relaxer or, a perm going into our bloodstream along with, the medications, at least that would be one thing that would be eliminated, because everything goes into your bloodstream. Here. There's a lot into, using these chemicals correctly, and I think some people, they really don't look at my profession as a profession. You're just doing hair. No, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and we have to learn,
yes,
of science and, different of that nature. So, I no longer get offended by that anyway. When I was younger.
And I do understand what you mean, because you really have to study and
Yeah,
you have to learn the scientific side of a lot of things, skin and all that stuff, hair and all,
that
for you to know the different types of hair, what
is
to put in the hair, the treatments or chemicals, and give recommendations to your clientele.
exactly, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another reason why we might say, when your hair, say your hair is your hair is falling out, or
Mm-hmm.
or breaking. That's why we should ask questions like, what type of medications you're on. Are you under any stress? All of those play a part in how your hair is affected.
Yes, because I know when I would go to you, you would look at my hair, you would tell me if it looks healthy or not. And depending on how it looked, if it was breaking and things like that, you would know specifically what type of treatment, conditioner to
Yeah.
use to help with whatever the issue was with the
Yeah.
hair.
You're absolutely correct.
Mm.
So that will be a factor for someone to come to the salon, because under a professional's care, we can point out to you, well, Debbie, are you under some stress in this time in your life? Or were you affected by COVID? Any of those things, because we see it, we are professionals, and, we could get a handle on it before it goes too far left, so
And
that's another reason why people should at least frequent the salons.
and that makes me think too, because you can see if there are any changes in the hair, and
Right,
and whether it's falling out or
right.
something is going on. And when you're doing it at home, you are not looking down in
No,
your hair, so you can't see everything that is going on. But someone else that is professionally trained and has been doing your hair for a long period of time, they can see differences and they
right,
can bring it up to your attention and say, hey, I noticed this, or this side is
right,
shorter, or this thing, and then
right.
you can address those things at that moment.
Exactly correct. You're exactly
That's
correct.
very important, and I didn't think of that too. But that is definitely a reason to go and get your hair
Yeah.
done by a professional. That way they can keep on top of it. And
Yes.
also, you mentioned that you would encourage some of your clientele to go natural, do braiding, and I said, well, doesn't braiding sometimes weigh down your hair and mess it up? And sometimes it's kind of tight.
Yeah. Well, when I would get my hair braided, I would just ask my braider to, not put so much tension, especially around the edges as well, and in the crown area too. Because we seem to thin or bald, more easy at the crown of our hair.
Right.
So, and I have developed alopecia. I don't know how, but that's why I went natural as well, because I wanted to steer away from the chemicals. I believe that getting braids can still be an asset. It depends on how the braider installs it. I would say don't put too much tension, especially around my edges and in my crown area. Also depends on how that client takes care of their hair as well when they have the braids in, because you can shampoo it once every 3 to 4 weeks. Make sure that you keep the hair shaft, like come down the braids, and keep that lubricated as well, because your hair is intertwined with that.
That's true.
So people forget to do that maintenance, braids. So you have to be mindful of those when you're wearing a protective style, a braid protective style.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I believe that braids can grow the hair out. It just all depends on how it's being taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how installed.
What about weaves and so forth?
Oh yeah. So the weaves, the extensions, there are several types. You know, there's tape-in extensions, which is a lot less tension on the hair. And then as far as the weave, you know, you cornrow it, mm-hmm. You install that weave. So cornrows, that grow the hair as well. But what people try to do is they try to leave that weave in forever. They don't want to pay again, you know? So 2 months tops, no more than 2.5 months, but they want to go and carry it out, drag it out 3 months. And I've seen someone come back within 4 months and they still have that weave in. Wow. And now that is going to be damaging the hair, because now the hair has not have a chance to do its proper shedding, because your hair sheds daily, mm-hmm. at 150 strands daily. So when you have it braided, it goes into itself, if that makes sense, because mm-hmm. no place for it to shed, right? Mm-hmm. Right, because you're not combing it and stuff mm-hmm. like that. So mm-hmm. I'm fine. So you cannot leave your hair in for past 3 and 4 and 5 months. That makes no sense. But people try to hold on to, to that dollar.
Right. Wow.
Stretch it out, and in the meantime, now you're damaging your hair instead of helping it to grow.
Right.
Weaves, you may want to go to a professional to get that done. Yeah, I suggest go to a professional.
And what about the shampooing?
So with a weave, I recommend them to come in every 4 weeks. So that would be 2 times while wearing the weave. Mm. And, people might say, oh, wow, really? You go that long without shampooing your hair? Well, to me, it will help collect moisture and help your hair to grow. You see? So, but when they come back to get their hair for a weave maintenance, mm-hmm. We shampoo. You have to dry all the way because now you have braids under there.
Right.
It has to be dried all the way. And that's another reason why you should come to the salon, to sit under a dryer so mm-hmm. your hair is thoroughly dry. Mm-hmm. And then you just make sure, that everything is still in place. And voila, you're back to brand new again. Like you just got a brand new install. So, yeah.
But I'm thinking about itchy scalp after 4 weeks.
Look, Debbie, get one of those applicator bottles, with the pointy tip. Uh-huh. You put some anti-itch oil in there and you put it through and you'll be just fine. That's what I tell some of my ladies that are new to it, that way you don't have to be pat. You see the girls pat.
Yes.
You don't have to do all that. Just go ahead and get some anti-itch, scalp oil.
And that works.
It works, right? Because the objective of having a weave is so you do not shampoo your hair all the time, or or your hands are not in your hair all the time. So it gives it a chance to collect some moisture.
Well, I thought that the reason for having a weave was because people wanted volume and they wanted either the hair long or stuff like that.
Well, that is a reason for that too. Some people, so people have weaves for different reasons. A weave is an accessory, So you might want to be, a whole different person one day and then a person 2 months later, and some people, they just do it to protect their hair. So yeah, so hair extensions, they're lovely to have. They're lovely to have for a change, you know.
It gives you that flexibility to have different styles and
And,
colors, because they come in different colors too.
yeah, and sometimes I might have to customize color as well, because I do color wigs, color hair extensions, you know. So yeah, but it's fun, it's playful.
Should you take a break in between extensions, weaves? Your hair at some time to kind of breathe on its own. And
yeah, I agree with that, but it's so hard getting certain people to do that. I mean, I have such a difficult time with certain clients, you know, like Miss So-and-so, it's really time to come out this weave, you know, so you can give your hair a break, a breather, you know, at least for 2 weeks. And some clients pay attention to me and others don't, you know. So some people are just stuck in their way, where they're so used to the fullness and the heaviness of that hair.
And the look, when they look in the mirror, they're used to seeing themselves looking a certain way.
Exactly. So to go back to their natural hair, you know, it's hard for some of them sometimes. Especially at age, you know, how some people's hair gets a little thinner or finer, you know, so they're used to that thickness, that heaviness stuff. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention to me, you know. And
you are the professional. You recommend, and it's up to the person whether they take heed or not. But they can't say that you didn't tell them or you didn't warn them. So
no, they cannot. So yeah, but I absolutely love what I do. Absolutely.
I know, with a passion, and you take it seriously. You take your profession seriously.
Yeah, I think hair care comes first and then the style.
Yeah, and because I love that.
Hair care, how are you going to get the style if your hair is, you know, all, I'm going to use this term, jacked up, you know, even under the weaves and the braids, the wigs, you have to take care of your hair. That's one of my tips. You have to take care of your hair under all of that.
The other thing I was going to ask you about is trimming your hair, the importance of getting your hair trimmed.
Yes, most definitely. Now, back in the day, we were told to trim your ends after every relaxer. You know, a lot of people were in relaxers at that time, but that's no longer true to me. I think your hair should be trimmed as needed, you know, and sometimes that could be 8 weeks, you know, but I wouldn't go past, you know, like 10 weeks to get your hair trimmed.
And this is for all hair types. We're talking about
this for all hair types. Yes. Yeah. And especially like chemically treated, whether that's color or perm or relaxers. So you have to keep up on those trims because, of course, your hair will split and then it will start riding up and then you have to have a cut instead of a.
I really feel that hair care is very important. And a lot of women, I think, miss that part of it because all these other things that you can do to make you still look nice, but then you forget about your own hair, keeping your scalp and your hair healthy.
Yeah, and healthy, exactly. Because it starts with that scalp. That most definitely, that scalp has to be healthy so that your hair can continue to grow. You know, because it you know, hair is just not laying on your head. It is a part of you, you know, and I think people forget that at times, you know, oh, it's just hair. No, it's not. It's not just hair. You know, it's a head of hair that God took the time to number.
You're right about that.
So that is very important to take pride in taking care of that crown.
Yes.
So that's how I look at it.
Yes, I hear you. I agree. I agree. And of course, there are people that don't have hair, and that's a different thing. And but you still have to take care of your scalp.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but if you have hair on your scalp, then you want to take care of it too, and not only rely on all these artificial, all these accessories. You said the right word, accessories, whether it's wig, weave, braids, all this stuff.
Some people say, oh yeah, I'm going to get a weave so I don't have to take care of my hair. You still have to comb that hair, or put product, or, whatever the case
You
may
have to
be.
condition. You need to do your conditioning, your treatments.
So
you can't just not do anything
right,
because you have this accessory.
Exactly. Correct. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, again, hair care is very important.
Yes.
That's part of your body too. You take care of your body. You want to take care of your face. You want to take care of your hair.
Yes.
Self-care is important from head to toe. And that's exactly what I say about in my book.
Yes.
Is from head to toe. Ladies, we want to age gracefully.
Yes. Yes.
We want to age beautifully, and we want to age healthfully. And all these things come together as we do them. We have to do our part.
It goes hand in hand.
And you have given tips to your clientele of different things to use.
Especially during the season of COVID. It's like, okay, so now Monah, what am I supposed to do? And that's when I had to give those tips and let them know what products to buy, and I will have them on hand or order them, and sell them to that client, so that I have the same products that I. Yeah.
And two, that's important because during COVID, a lot of people just let themselves go. They weren't doing no maintenance of no sort of anything.
I agree with that.
I'm going to confess, I was kind of getting there too, because you're home, you're saying, I'm not going anywhere. I don't need to comb my hair. I don't need to do it. And one day God told me, look, you need to get up and get yourself together.
Right.
Because your body is not your body. Your body is my body, and it's God's temple. And even if you're home, you still want to do self-care.
Right. Exactly. You're exactly correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So ladies, listen up. Take care of your hair. Do the things that you need to do. And do you have any last tips for our audience, anything, words of encouragement, anything you like to share with our audience?
I'll just piggyback off of you and say that we as women, I mean, some men might be watching as well, but I'm speaking of women at this time. We wear so many hats, and we have to switch over to them gracefully. We are forced to, switch over to them gracefully. But we have to, as you said, do self-care, because if we don't take care of us, who is going to take care of us? So, and by we are so many things to so many people, we must take care of ourselves.
We have to.
Yes. And so I will leave y'all with that.
Well, Monah, thank you again for being our special guest here at Greater is Jesus in Me YouTube channel.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Anytime.
Yes, and you will be back. And thanks for sharing those tips, ladies. These are great tips, valuable tips. And just come back, listen to the video, watch the video again if you want to take some notes. And not only take the notes, but please practice some of these tips.
Yes.
And ladies, if you have not bought your book yet, if you've not ordered it yet, please do so on Amazon. Order one for yourself and one for a loved one. And again, go to Greatest Jesus in Me YouTube channel and subscribe now so that you can keep up with all the videos. We're here to uplift, encourage, motivate, empower you to be the best version of you at any age.
Yes.
These are just conversations we're having, and you join the conversation.
Yes. Yes. Amen.
Yeah. So be blessed, and until next time.